All the way from PHX and PDX, it's the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show. Welcome back, and again, time and again, to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show with your hosts, Tommy and Anthony Masano, all the way from PHX to PDX. We're talking news and rumors and the happenings in pro wrestling, predictions and more, all the way from the top rope, and always putting bros before elbows. We have a special guest on the show tonight, our special SummerSlam edition, Jack Wojciehowski, a.k.a. JukeBoxWojo, which happens to be his Twitter handle. So check him out, follow him on Twitter. That is JukeBoxWojo. He is a musician and has played in bands such as Heartthrob Phoenix Band, Lakeshore Drive, and rock band Granada. He was one of the dudes who made the great Granada migration with myself, and has been my roommate for the last 5 years while living in Portland. He's back in Phoenix, and he's engaged. Welcome to the show, Jack.
Hey, fellas. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it's hotter than Hades in Phoenix, but he is here in Portland enjoying the still hot, but not as hot as Phoenix weather.
I will take it.
Before we get all crazy with Jack, Jukebox, I should say, Tommy, what have you been up to?
Nothing, man. I'm loving this. It's been a crazy week. It's been so crazy. I let you do the outline for the show this week, and it is cut to a T. This new outline. So I love the old school intro, dude. The old school Bros for Elbows intro. Nothing, man. Just my wife was on the shelf. Chrissy G, total Chrissy G, total Divas expert. She was on the shelf. She was in the hospital over the weekend, but she's back and better than ever. She's the Dolph Ziggler of this podcast, and she is back, and she is super kicking people right now. Maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow she'll super kick some people. So she's back, man.
Nice, man. That's always good. A speedy road to recovery, back into the ring of life.
Back in the ring of life. What about the home studio of life? I've heard you got a new home studio set up. I've been following your Instagram closely. What is up? What's going on in there, man? What's going on in the Portland studio?
Yeah, man. Been working with some local talent here in Portland. Working with some songwriters and some artists that have been wanting to do just some recordings. I have a vocal booth set up, and of course I got Jack here in the booth. We were making some songs today. We were doing inspired by Vacationer. I don't know if you're familiar with the Starting Line.
Never heard of him.
No,
Just kidding. Yeah, no, I love Starting Line. Kenny, the little bass player from Starting Line.
Heck yeah. So big fans of his music, so we decided to kind of make a tune based off of that. And then another news too, quickly, I'm in this class for school where we're doing this market simulation. And as the president of a company, I lost 60% of a $1.2 million investment.
What did Earl have to say about that? Your father-in-law.
He was ready to dump me, man. He was like, "I'm gonna dump my stock, dude. I don't know if I can follow your company anymore." And I was like, "Earl, give me another quarter. Maybe 2 quarters. I'll turn it around." And I did. I made a profit of $200,000.
That's a great comeback story, man.
I'm not in the hole anymore. I'm not in the hole $900,000. I am now above water barely, so I will not get my legs broken.
No, that's good, man. Yeah. It's the Italian in you coming out.
Oh, man. So check it out. So we want to get to the question of the day here, because I normally roll that over, but on this new exciting outline, I'm not going to roll it over. But check it. Well, what? Oh, you want to read the question?
Justin, say if I should read on it. This outline's so detailed. Down to the finest detail of details. So, question of the day. Biggest upset or swerve at SummerSlam this year? Think about it. Think of the craziest upset that could happen, or the best swerve that could happen on SummerSlam on Sunday, and then we'll answer that at the back of the end of the show. So think about that.
Heck yes. And I also want to point out here, man, this episode of the Bros Before Elbows is sponsored by you, the Bros Before Elbows community. So the best way to support the show is to share the show. So take a second to share this episode of the Bros Before Elbows on your favorite social media outlet. Drop an elbow on your friends, and share the show on Twitter, Facebook, and more. You can hashtag ShowMyBow, ShowMyBow, and just take a picture of your elbow, showing your bow.
Is it BOW or is it BO?
Let's dominate both. Let's make it.
Like Bo Jackson, or is it like bow tie? We should have discussed this in the pre-show meeting.
You know, since the new detailed outline is pretty crazy, we're gonna say it's BOW because I just think Bo as in like elbow is spelled BOW, right? ELBOW.
Yeah, Bo would be Bo Jackson. Okay, so don't elbow drop Bo Jackson if you see him in the streets because he's a big man.
That would stink. Jack showed his elbow today.
Is that where you posted that?
Yeah, I did actually.
Great.
Yeah, so drinking the Coors Light, man.
Yeah, I have been working out, just working on that elbow, getting it bigger, getting it pumped for this.
That's what I like to hear, man. Yeah.
If you're not crunching beer cans of Coors Light, then what are you doing?
Brock Lesnar's favorite drink, dude.
Is it?
It is, man. One time he beat a guy in the UFC, and he cut a promo about Coors Light because Bud Light's the official sponsor of UFC.
So he was being defiant?
He was. Bud Light won the match. He was like, Bud Light won't sponsor me, so I'm going to go home and drink Coors Light and get on top of my wife.
wait, what?
That's what he said. It was like the greatest promo in UFC history. It was like Brock Lesnar to snap because Bud Light wouldn't sponsor him for that fight.
So instead he's going to get drunk off of CL Smooth and be intimate with his woman?
Yeah, Sable. The late great WWE diva Sable.
It's pretty interesting, man.
It was graphic. Yeah, it scarred everyone. Everyone got walked away awkwardly after that.
Have you seen that promo at all?
I have not.
Yeah, we should Google it. I don't know if it's online or not. UFC's pretty strict about their copyrights, but pretty famous UFC promo from Lesnar.
That's funny, and I bet you he doesn't even really like Coors Light. I bet you he likes Rainier.
I bet he just puts a Jimmy John in like a blender and just liquefies it.
He's got to put some type of booze in there, though, right? No? All right.
No, just Jimmy John. Italian. the Big Vito. Vito sandwich.
Italian dressing. is what he's putting in there.
That's how he gets so big, man.
Oh, my gosh.
And Jack Link's beef jerky and whatever other sponsors he has.
Oh, gosh. Crazy. Well, let's jump into our next segment here. News from cage side seats / rumors.
First up, we got a new segment by a writer called Hollywood Chris Hall. It's a new writer on CagesideSeats.com. The Weekly Slam, WWE and UFC, SummerSlam, Divas, Lucha Underground, and more. So what's going on? First topic I've seen this is Brock Lesnar versus Dana White. You hear about that?
Yeah, there was. So Dana White was basically calling out pro wrestling, just saying this is fake. And Lesnar was like, all right, cool, that's so 1994. Let's get real with the times here, man. We're both promoting fights. And so I thought that's a very excellent comeback.
It was weird because Brock Lesnar on ESPN, so ESPN usually covers NBA, NFL, UFC, and then he was there promoting SummerSlam, right on ESPN's main news program, Sports Center. So it's kind of weird, but it was cool that he was totally dissed his former partner in Dana White.
He had a point though, man. He's like, we're both, like I said, we're both promoting fights, and it's just a story, man. It's just more detailed stories, and I think he said too that the pro wrestlers get longer fights too, which is something I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah,
it was interesting. Brock Lesnar came to that's a good source because he's done both. He was a champion in both. He was a UFC heavyweight champion and he's a WWE champion. So it's a good source, man. So I kind of respect his opinions on anything pro wrestling or MMA related.
Well, into the next news article too, which kind of ties into this, is this year's SummerSlam is going to be a 4-hour show. They're promoting this really heavy.
Dude, it looks pretty sick.
No, Skyping out, bro.
And they moved it from LA. Oh man, Skype it out. What's going on?
Skyping, bro.
Well, ask Jack a take on this then.
So this year's SummerSlam, Jack, is 4 hours. They're promoting it heavy, man. What do you have to say about that? Do you think that's an indication of pro wrestling still being relevant?
I feel like it's always been 4 hours because that pre-show's there, and so now they're just incorporating it into the main event.
So you're saying it's just a hoax that it's always been 4 hours?
Well, we shall see. Are they still doing a pre-show?
I don't know.
That was my question, man. That was definitely my question. That's my first thing that came up. Yeah.
Hosted by Xavier Woods, maybe? He's talking about a video game?
As an outsider, I have not been paying attention to the wrestling world right now, but I've heard a lot about SummerSlam. They're promoting it quite a bit with Jon Stewart. So as an outsider, I'm hearing a lot more about it.
That's right.
It's in the
Jon
mainstream.
Stewart's going to be the host, and he has beef with Seth Rollins.
Who would win in a fight?
Jon Stewart. You know, he wouldn't even have to punch Seth Rollins. He'll just knock him out with witty banter.
A very even war of words.
Jon Stewart's crew runs deep, dude. He's got all those correspondents from everywhere, too.
Oh, my gosh. You know who's got a lot running deep now? Divas. Divas Resolution. Or Revolution.
Is there a resolution to the revolution?
There shouldn't be a resolution to the revolution. It should just be a revolution that continues. I don't know what to rhyme with that.
Is there still steam in this? Well, what do you think about the Divas Revolution? Because like it has those like 9 divas divided into 3 teams, but like if you're not on that 3 teams, you're kind of like left out in the cold. That's what I kind of thought.
You mean that's not the entire Divas division within those 3 teams?
I just feel bad for like Natty Neidhart and like Eve Marie or whoever else is in the Divas division, not like in that crew. Like what are they supposed to do?
Well, Eve is in NXT, and Natty is. I thought she retired.
No, she's on Total Divas, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's. I know Tyson Kidd's injured, so maybe she's like taking a vacation with him.
That could be the case.
But I guess I don't know. Maybe the division is only 9 people deep, but I don't know. Like they're going in circles with it, but I'm pretty hyped for the match at SummerSlam between they're having like an elimination match. I thought like a Survivor Series kind of style match.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be cool, man. 3 teams versus each other.
Yeah, 3-team elimination match. So I think I don't know. I think it's a good little start for it. So I'm kind of pumped for it. So it's more interesting than whether like Bella's versus like Paige or Bella's versus like AJ Lee like repeat just a championship match where they did that like roundabout for like seemed like almost a year.
Quickly here before we get into our rumors. So one thing I was seeing on the Cage Side Seat News, Reigns says that Royal Rumble has helped him.
So he's saying getting booed out of the building like kind of helped build his character?
He said he was humbled by it. And he said that in the article, he said that it was a tough time because Bryan was coming off of, you know, all this major hype after a year and a half of him building up. And so it was kind of this conflicting time, but he says he's humbled by the whole experience.
Not to beat the dead horse, but like they did not give like Roman Reigns any favors in that Royal Rumble way it was like booked, like because he came in like a number like 20, and like the way like Big Show and like Kane like eliminated like Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, like it just wasn't like a really well booked Rumble. So I think it kind of hurt whoever was the winner of it, unless it was Daniel Bryan. So whoever was going to win that was going to get hurt by that because it was just like a weird Rumble, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. But hey. We'll see what?
Humble pie?
Humble pie, dude. Straight up humble pie. You know what? We're going to see who's humble pie. Let's go into some rumors here. John Cena versus Seth Rollins is almost surely, and this is coming from CagesideSeats.com, is almost surely ending in a schmoz. But it's also apparently a big possibility that Sheamus could cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase to win the World Heavyweight title. What do you think about that, Jack?
I think he looks stupid.
Yes.
You heard it first.
And I think everyone on Raw agreed with me.
No one's liking Sheamus's gimmick, man. He tried to cash in the Money in the Bank last Monday with a very failed attempt because the ref decided to just play idiot.
It was the worst cash-in attempt ever, dude. The ref was just like staring at him for like 10 seconds of awkward silence. It's like, huh? Like he never like I don't know, like he was like
it just seems like every cash-in
before.
Yeah, it seems like every cash-in, the ref has to take like 40 seconds of just like complete, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea about this gimmick. This is my first day on the job. No one told me what this was on the menu. Like, come on, man.
Is that leave my oven on at home? Like, what did I punch my time card? Like, what is going through the head of the referees? You need like have a symposium of like how to properly cash in a Money in the Bank for the refs. I don't know.
Some training seminar. Another rumor here is Roman Reigns is likely going to receive another big singles push starting somewhere in the next future or so. And then
that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, he's been knocked down a peg. He's not really been the main event scene since he got pinned at WrestleMania. I think they're trying to like the heat cool off of him a little bit because everyone kind of hated him during the run up to WrestleMania. So I think that's fine. Give him another crack at it.
We'll see, man. What do you think, Jack?
I'm wondering, is Ambrose along for the ride?
He did beat Seth Rollins at a pay-per-view.
Pretty good tag team match this week as well.
Yeah, man, I love the Roman Reigns and like Dean Ambrose like buddy cop kind of like banter back and forth. So I hope they kind of stick around. Like what like Jack said, I hope that kind of sticks with it past SummerSlam.
Man, that'd be rad. Apparently, here's another rumor. Apparently, Nikki Bella has been booked the way she has over the past few months, due mostly to various injuries and the need to protect her. It's expected that WWE will make her a big deal, or will make a big deal of her title reign starting after SummerSlam.
That kind of makes sense. I mean, she's been pinned a lot. I mean, Sasha Banks beat her, Charlotte beat her. I think she's like tapped out a couple times, like ever since this like Divas Wars has happened. So she hasn't really defended her belt. She's just been pinned a lot, which is kind of weird for the supposed to be the champ of the division getting pinned so many times.
Yeah, I don't think it's really. I mean, it sucks that she's injured. You know, that's the reality of you know, being a wrestler. I don't know. I just don't think they're making her look strong at all. So I'm really curious as to what's going to happen.
I heard
after SummerSlam.
They're trying to keep the title on her so they beat AJ Lee's record of longest Divas title reign.
Interesting. So check this out. Another segment that I wanted to bring up here in the outline is what we call the story thus far. So if you're yeah,
we need like a sound. We need a sounder for that. That'd be cool. There you go. Sound like the Seinfeld.
I heard Seinfeld there too.
Yeah, right.
Don't sue us, Seinfeld. You know, we're not getting paid for the show or anything, and you wouldn't make a dime off of us anyway, but please don't sue us. Oh, goodness. No, but basically the premise of this is to kind of recap. So if you're new to pro wrestling, or if you just haven't been caught up, because there have been many times if you've been following the show that I have missed many episodes of Raw and have no idea what the heck is going on. But this is basically just kind of give you a recap of some of the feuds and angles. Basically, the easiest way to explain this is to just list off the matches of what's going down, because SummerSlam is this Sunday, August 23rd, which is also my wedding anniversary with Total Betty Good.
Nice.
So we're probably going to watch SummerSlam. But nonetheless...
How romantic.
It's going to be great, but so we're going to go through and kind of give you an idea as to what's going down. So, of course, as everybody knows, the biggest thing going down right now, the biggest headliner is Brock Lesnar beefing with The Undertaker, and this has stemmed from WrestleMania last year with Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker and defeating the Streak.
I thought you were going to do that in...
Wait, what?
Show and then say,
Glory, Brock Lesnar.
No, I just thought you were gonna do that build. Like, this is the biggest feud that's been leading up to SummerSlam. It's Orton versus Sheamus. Just like swerve the announcement.
Oh, you know, I forgot about Orton versus Sheamus versus and the fact that you just told me that it was Orton versus Sheamus. And then number two is Orton versus
your train of thought.
Yeah.
Derailed it.
It has, man. Orton versus Sheamus derails everything. But that's another feud and beef going on, as always. But more importantly, though, Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. What do you think? And I know we're going to get into predictions a little bit later in the show. But that feud, what do you think of the feud so far?
Me or Jack?
We'll ask Jack, actually.
Well, I haven't seen much, so I'll listen to you guys first.
All right, Tommy.
No, Matt. I think it's a good like side feud to get Brock Lesnar away from the title for right now. It's a good way to bring back the Undertaker for something like special, because usually just like a one and done every year just at WrestleMania. So it's kind of cool that we get to see Undertaker at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. So I'll take 2 Undertaker feuds because we don't know how many years he has left. So I'm digging it.
Nice.
I would say he's looking a lot more in shape than the last time I saw him too.
That's true, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he looked like old man Undertaker the last couple of WrestleManias. Now he's kind of like got a little spring in his step.
Young pup Undertaker.
Almost, yeah.
Almost young pup.
He's got short hair, man.
Yeah, he's looking good, man. He's looking good. You want to know who's also is looking good? Seth Rollins and John Cena, actually, after his nose surgery. So that's another feud going on. And we're going to see the United States champion John Cena versus the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins duke it out at SummerSlam. So that's been a building feud for, well, at least a month or so, because Cena was feuding with Kevin Owens for a while, and then that ended. Before that, Cena was beefing with Rusev. So now he's made his way back up to the main event or the WWE Championship card once again.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins previously was with Dean Ambrose, and then he had that match with Brock Lesnar, and now I think it's gonna be title versus title, so the winner gets both titles, which is kind of cool.
It'd be a first time, or no? Would it be a first time?
I don't know. I think they've done it before in the past. I remember WrestleMania 6, Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior is Intercontinental Champion. Hulk Hogan was World Champion. I think they announced it as title versus title, but I don't know what they did after it because I was 6. I was watching it on VHS from Blockbuster.
Oh man, some other. I'm gonna list some of these here because I have a little mini segment I want to get into with Jack here. But so some of the other feuds that have been going on: Ryback versus Big Show versus The Miz, total filler match. But I hope Ryback has a good match. We're going to see Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Those two teams have been going at it for a while. And it's good because it gives Bray something to do. It gives Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose a very strong tag team. A good push as well. Luke Harper is looking amazing. He beat and pinned Dean Ambrose, who at one point did pin Seth Rollins. So I think that's pretty important in terms of his stature in WWE. We're also going to see the Primetime Players versus Los Matadores and Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. Should be pretty cool.
I love the Lucha Dragons, dude. It's cool they're in the title picture. They have a fun moveset.
Yeah, man, dude, they're cool, and they've been in NXT for a while, and they've definitely been just blowing up the scene there. We're also going to see Neville, who's another NXT veteran, versus Stardust and King Barrett. So we're actually going to see a tag match with Stephen Amell from the show. What is it, Green Arrow?
Green Arrow. Does Jack and Lisa watch Green Arrow?
Did you guys watch
I've never heard of it.
It's on the CW. It's like a superhero show. I don't watch it either.
CW.
CW. Yeah.
I can't say I've seen it.
Right after Vampire Diaries.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
I'm not sure.
It sounded legit.
Right,
I believed it.
I did too. Actually, I did. So another beef that's been going down: Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. Kevin Owens is getting. Good. Oh man, it's gonna be amazing. Kevin Owens is coming off of his feud from Cena, where they had a trilogy of matches. Of course, ending with Cena on the upper hand, but that's not gonna stop Owens from prize fighting, and he just wants to beat the crap out of Cesaro.
I'm looking at this card, man. Like, there's 10 matches. I only see like 2 fillers, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
There's 2 more matches you gotta announce, but I only see 2 fillers, and we already went through them.
Yeah, it's true. The other 2 matches that we have, and again, this kind of gives a recap as to some of the beefs and feuds. Team Bella, the Bella Twins and Alicia Fox versus Team Bad, which is Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Tamina. Sasha Banks, of course, being from NXT. She's still the women's champ, which is awesome. We'll see what happens come Saturday. Versus PCB, formerly known as Sorority Submission Sisters, or the Yaya Sisterhood of I'm gonna break your limbs.
Both of those are way better than PCB. When I heard that, I was like, "That's all you could come up with."
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
WWE and your terrible naming schemes. But that team consists of Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch, which I think is an unstoppable force in women's wrestling right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick team, actually. I wish they just had a better name, yeah. The Traveling Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. Like that, yeah.
And then we have Dolph Ziggler with Lana versus Rusev with Summer Rae, which will be a singles match, which I think is going to be a very, very good match. Dolph Ziggler basically stole Rusev's girlfriend.
Like a Donnybrook where Lana and Summer Rae get in the ring somehow, and that's going to be like an all-out, like, crazy fest. So I think that's going to be fun.
Dude, that's going to be cool. Here's one thing I want to jump into here before our other wacky show continues here, before we get into some Raw recap.
It's our Jukebox Hero segment.
This is what we call Jukebox's Raw Real Objective Truth.
Ooh.
And in this, I'm going to list off names of wrestlers, and Jukebox will give his objective opinion toward them. Now remember, he hasn't watched wrestling in over a year, so what he remembers, of course, has totally changed, because everything changes every freaking week.
Every week, yeah, it's awesome, dude. This is great.
So we're going to start off with our first name here, Jukebox.
Yep.
Roman Reigns.
All right, last time I watched wrestling, he was rising. He was rising to the top. I heard that he wasn't so nice to the WWE community, and since then has kind of lost favor with everyone. You know, I see Seth Rollins basically being the face of WWE now, and you never really predicted that coming out of the Shield. You know, they were pushing Reigns hard, and then he just fell off the planet for me.
Yeah, man, you were saying that his mic skills were terrible,
Yeah.
and I think there was something else that you had mentioned that I was like, oh man, I have to get this segment on the show. If this is what Jack's opinion is, that's awesome. Dolph Ziggler, that's another name. What do you think Ziggy's been up to?
I love Ziggler. Loved him from the start. I love to see him with Lana as well. A huge upgrade from Vicky back in the day. But you know, I love his skill set. He's always a high energy guy. I love to see him not being put against a jobber.
Yeah.
You know, an actual match. Rusev's, I think, going to be a great match.
I think it's going to make him look very, very strong. What do you think about Seth Rollins?
I like him. Again, I like that he can branch out of WWE. You know, start this feud with Jon Stewart. A little more marketable. And again, I think he's got those mic skills that you didn't really see in Reigns. I also think Ambrose has those, but you know, he's the lunatic fringe. I don't think he's ever going to make it to the top.
He pinned Seth Rollins
He's
at
too
a
crazy.
pay-per-view. He legitimately can beat him. That's crazy, though, to really see what has happened to the Shield. All right, what about this one? Brock Lesnar.
He's a beast. He's a big dude. Every time I see him, I just think he's gonna rip through the whole roster. Great. And then you gotta love Paul Heyman coming along for the ride.
I love that song that he did.
That's amazing.
It was painful to the ears, but that's Heyman for you.
Some people think it's nails scratching on a board. Other thinks it's a church choir. How about this one? The final one in our raw, real, objective truth with Jukebox. Here's the moneymaker question. What do you think of Undertaker's nut kicks?
I don't know, man. It sounds really painful. But when you're that old and you're going against someone like Brock Lesnar, you got to take any chance you can get. And if he's leaving those nuts wide open, you know that they're calling for a foot.
That's what I love about the new Undertaker, dude. It's like he's like an old man. He's like desperate. He's got to cheat to win, man. He's going up against a beast, dude. So I think I like that.
Oh man, you know, I'm gonna hang on this segment here for a bit. The Raw recap was good. You know, we got a couple minutes here before break, but I do kind of want to dive deeper into this Undertaker nut kick thing, only because it does show the desperation of a man who has been defeated, that 2 times now has gone for the low blow against Brock Lesnar. So the question is, do you think Undertaker's going to do some dirty tricks during the match at SummerSlam, or is he going to make it a clean fight? What do you got? What do you think, Jukebox?
Well, what's the saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I don't know what it is. But if he gets kicked in the nuts again, that's really his fault. wear a cup or something. You gotta know it's coming.
He just go in the gym and just go like into like a boxing ring and just like work on like not shut defense.
It would do terrible. It'd be terrible for his health, dude.
You know, he's got to work on like ways to like juke and jive away from nut shots. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of like ancient karate, like kung fu, like master who perfected the art of defending nut shots.
You know what's gonna be funny? Just when Brock Lesnar is anticipating the nut kick, you want to know what's gonna happen?
Paul Heyman's gonna jump in front of it.
No, Undertaker's gonna give him the Ric Flair eye poke.
Oh man, I'd love to see like dirty, crazy Undertaker just like cheating, like throwing like guys, like pushing the ref into Lesnar, like using Paul Heyman as a human shield. If Undertaker's gonna be like an old man who had to defeat like a crazy like beast athlete like Brock Lesnar, he's got to pull out all the stops, and I want him to go to like 100% of it. Just be crazy about it. That'd be fun.
Oh man, That's nuts. All right, so we're gonna hit a break here.
Unintended.
After we get back from a nut break. No, that's crazy. What we're going to do is hit this break, and we get back, we're going to talk about SummerSlam last year, what happened in the card last year, and then we're also going to talk about, of course, our predictions for the 2015 SummerSlam. So stick around. We'll be right back. Thanks for listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show. You can find us on the web at www.brosbefore4elbows.com, and of course that links to our other social media sites. Just search Bros Before 4 Elbows on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes. Have thoughts, opinions, or input? Reach out and tag in. Thanks for listening, and now back to the show. Welcome back to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show. You have your hosts here, Tommy and Anthony Masano, along with our special guest, JukeBoxWojo.
What up, what up, what up?
We're getting crazy here in the studio here.
We're going to go to a time machine in a second, I heard.
Hey, we're going back to 2014. 14. Seems like a long time ago, and especially in the world of professional wrestling where everything changes literally in the time span of a tweet. We have last year's lineup for SummerSlam 2014. So what we're going to do is go through and we'll see who's still hot, who's not, and we'll see, just kind of reminisce down memory lane. We're going to start with our first match here. Rob Van Dam defeated Cesaro.
The thing that jumps out at me is that how far Cesaro fell from WrestleMania, where he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, got Paul Heyman as manager, and now he's losing at SummerSlam to Rob Van Dam in the first match. Like, what? I don't remember what happened, but what the hell, man?
You know, I don't even know what the hell happened to Rob Van Dam.
That's another quote. What the hell happened to Rob? He gets a huge win over Cesaro, and what did he do after that? I don't remember anything else he did in 2014.
He didn't even go back to TNA. He came from TNA, and everybody was like, this is awesome, Rob Van Dam's back. And I was hyped for it. And yeah, he just beat Cesaro for the sake of beating Cesaro. I don't know. I think that could have done wonders for Cesaro's career. But I would say that Cesaro is hot, and Rob Van Dam is not. What do you think, Jukebox? Didn't we watch this last year?
I was not here, but I saw Cesaro on Raw this week, and I'm loving those uppercuts. Those look brutal.
He does it like from every different angle too. You can throw you in the turnbuckle and like running uppercut. You can like toss you up in the air.
Yeah, I love how he can just change his moveset.
Yeah.
It's gone through quite a bit.
So cool. Love Cesaro.
So another match that happened last year, Dolph Ziggler defeats The Miz, and this was a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
I don't remember Dolph Ziggler's run as an Intercontinental Champion.
Dude, I don't either. I think somebody modified this Wikipedia article and is blatantly lied to anybody who is reading it.
Anyone can edit Wikipedia, so I mean, yeah, they better just modify it just to screw with our show here.
Dude, what did happen to the... Oh, wait, didn't Ziggler get injured or something, and then he had to, like, put it up for a ladder match or something? Isn't that what happened?
That was with his world title, I thought, when Alberto Del Rio, like, gave him a concussion, or... Yeah, I don't know what happened. So Ryback's a champion now. Before that was It
was Daniel Bryan, and then before that
I'm trying to think who was before... Yeah...
Maybe it was Ziggler?
Maybe, I don't know. I do not remember. But Ziggler's up, man. I think he's up. He's on a good feud with Rusev. He's got Lana as his like chauffeur / manager.
Yeah, he's got a new looking gimmick too.
Yeah, man, it's like 80s Whitesnake Ziggler. It's like letting his
cherry pie Ziggler.
Yeah, Warrant Ziggler. Yeah, why is he not like keeping up with his hair dye? I don't know. What he's got he had the black like jeans on or something on. I don't know, man. What's going on, Zigglypuff?
Oh man, so I'd say the Miz is not hot. Dolph Ziggler is hot. Would you agree, Jukebox?
Yeah. What happened to the Miz? Where is he?
That's a great question. Nobody knows. I think he's selling orange juice at Costco.
Is the Mizdow still around?
No.
Oh no, man. Where's Damian Sandow? It's another good question. He wasn't
You look upset.
I am upset, dude.
in that SummerSlam.
Mizdow was awesome, dude. And now he's just gone. Nobody knows where he went. Instead, we get Big Show.
Miz is he is a judge on Tough Enough, the reality show that no one's watching, but I watch just by habit.
That's probably why no one's watching it. You'd get better ratings if you had Big Show on there.
Big Show. What about that Divas Championship from last year's SummerSlam?
Paige defeated AJ Lee. Singles match for the Divas, or WWE Divas Championship. I kind of remember this. I kind of don't.
Yeah, I remember the feud because AJ Lee, Paige beat AJ Lee day after WrestleMania. She made her debut for NXT call-up. But I guess they had a little feud going during the summer.
Wasn't that the Frenemies thing? Is that what that was? Was that Resolution of Frenemies?
That was because, first they were against each other because Paige was trying to be like AJ Lee or something like that. I don't know. It was one of the Divas feuds that happened before the Divas Revolution that didn't really... It looks like it was a 5-minute match that really probably ended up by roll-up.
Oh, God. Oh, man. After that match, we had Rusev with Lana at this point in time. God, I can't believe this guy was still wrestling. Defeats Jack Swagger with Zeb Coulter by knockout.
By knockout? That's an interesting way to put it on Wikipedia. It's the only one that has a result, I see.
Yeah, I think knockout was he passed out, right?
Okay. He passed out, and then he got the flag match. So that was a flag match, so... Russia versus well, I think Rusev's up now because he's back to his Bulgarian roots.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a Russian. Jack Swagger, I haven't seen him in a while, so. And Zeb Coulter, I think he's been injured since Rusev killed him.
Done killed him dead?
Yeah.
That's funny. So I would say Rusev is hot, Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger. No, just get the fudge out of here. You guys are terrible.
And Lana's way up too, dude. So I think she's getting ready for her first match. Either one of the next pay-per-views. I read a rumor.
Here we go. Seth Rollins defeats Dean Ambrose in a lumberjack match. I kind of remember that.
I don't remember who the lumberjacks were. Yeah,
it was just a bunch of ruffians on the outside of the ring, just the locker room. But I can't remember exactly beyond just your main people, but can't really remember the exact feud, but
it's after Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins broke up the Shield in June or May or June, so this SummerSlam was in August, so it's probably have to do with their Shield, I'm guessing. I don't see Roman Reigns was on this card. Okay,
he's down below here. The next match after that happened in 2014 was Bray Wyatt defeats Chris Jericho.
Luke Harper and from ringside. Back in the heyday of the Wyatt family.
That's right. That's when Daniel Bryan was in the Wyatt family.
That was a great 10 days when he was actually in the Wyatt family.
They actually made toys of that too,
No way, they made Wyatt family Daniel Bryan toys?
They did, and he's wearing a blue jumpsuit.
Dude, that should be like a collector's item or something, man. Don't open that, kids.
Yeah. Everybody rush to your local Fred Meyer and buy that toy.
They do sell wrestling toys in the grocery store toy section. I always notice that. They
do, man. So I would say Bray Wyatt is hot. Chris Jericho is not, because we have no idea where he went.
He's hosting Tough Enough. This goes back to everyone who's not hot is hosted on the Tough Enough reality show, not doing anything.
Oh,
but man. Rowan's way down because he's not in the Wyatt family anymore. At the Wyatt family's reunion.
He didn't he get injured?
Oh, probably. I don't remember who he got injured by. Or probably by Swagger. Blame it on Swagger.
I don't remember this match. The next match, Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella.
I think they were arguing over Daniel Bryan or something. And I remember this was a match where Nikki Bella turned on Brie Bella. And then to a Bella feud, but then they got back together because they're twins or something, and they forgot about their feud. I don't know. It was kind of a build up because it was Steffi Mac's first match in 5 or 6 years, I think.
Yeah, I don't really remember that one at all, man. That's kind of crazy that some of these matches just aren't memorable at all. So it goes to show that even if you fight in a pay-per-view, you got to make sure your match is memorable.
Yeah, I think, but on paper, this This 2014 SummerSlam, this year's SummerSlam looks way better. I mean, I don't know. I think it does. As far as feuds go, too. I mean, because even like some of like the non-title feuds, like Ziggler versus Rusev, Owens versus Cesaro, like they don't have any titles on the line, but interesting. Or like the other ones are kind of like Cesaro versus random, Rusev versus Swagger that went on like way too long.
Yeah.
Wyatt versus Jericho. I don't know why they were feuding.
Yeah, weird stuff. Roman Reigns defeats Randy Orton. I mean, we've seen that match not as many times as Sheamus versus Randy Orton, but
yeah, I think that had to do with the Authority versus trying to keep Roman Reigns down or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Trying to keep the man down. That's crazy. And then we have the most memorable match. This is where Suplex City was originally coined. This was Brock Lesnar defeating John Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
It's like the discovery of America, the discovery of Suplex City. It's like Christopher Columbus on his boat running into something. It's Brock Lesnar suplexing John Cena onto something.
Oh my gosh. 17, I think it was 16 or 17 suplexes.
The match was 16 minutes long.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. That's 1 a minute.
Yeah, Jack's our senior math expert. It's awesome. So I was thinking the exact same thing.
Have you seen that match, Jack?
I have not.
Oh, you gotta go back. Yeah,
we'll watch it.
Okay.
It's brutal.
Take me to Suplex City.
Yes, yes.
That might be the title of the episode, dude.
Suplex City, where Brock Lesnar suplexes everybody. Take me down, Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman singing.
Yeah, man. That should be his That should be his next song. Paul Heyman, if you're listening, you can have that.
Oh man, we should tweet that out to him, man. That's great. I think Jack just named the episode. That was awesome.
Yes, take me down to Suplex City. I love it. I love it. So that was the 2014 SummerSlam. Now we're going to go into everybody's favorite predictions for the 2015 biggest SummerSlam pay-per-view of WWE history, and you can watch this pay-per-view live, the 4-hour extravaganza for $9.98. I'm kidding, it's $9.99. Add that penny in there every month and you'll get SummerSlam 2015.
That's good. That's old school Vince McMahon hype job right there, man.
You can't see the veins coming out of his neck.
That's why we need a video podcast for moments like that.
Oh my gosh. So here's what we've got coming into the 2015. Here's your matches.
Let's work back 10-1. So let's start with Ziggler versus Rusev and then lead up to the main event.
All right. In fact, I'm going to bust out a piece of paper here real quick.
Great. That's a great idea, man.
Here we go. Because as we've always been saying and we have never really executed on, we're going to write down our predictions of what everybody says. And we will post them up on our Facebook and our Twitter.
And Jack's the first one up for guest picks, so he's leading. He's the guest picker, so he's on that team.
Based on absolutely nothing, I'm gonna make these predictions.
He's gonna win. I know he's gonna win.
So first match, Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev, singles match. Jukebox, what have you got?
I'm gonna go with Ziggler. I mean, I love his new outfit. I kind of missed the pink tank top, but you got to change it up sometime. And I really like Lana, so if she can get in the ring like you were talking about earlier, give her a little push, I think they'd be a great team.
I think so too. I agree with that. Tommy, what do you think?
So you're picking Ziggler?
Skyping, bro.
You too?
Oh, me?
No. Okay. Yeah, you pick. Oh, you want me to pick next, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Rusev. Just because. I don't know why. I just feel like Ziggler just came back, so maybe they're gonna knock him down a peg before he comes back. Or I can see Ziggler winning. So, but I'll go for Rusev. Rusev and Summer Rae. I think they kind of make a good combination of evil.
Man, that would suck if they bury Ziggler right off the bat after coming back.
Story of his life,
dude. Terrible. But I'm going with Ziggler, man. I'm with Jukebox on this one. Ziggler's come back. He's fiery. He's ready to fight. And I think if he beats Rusev, that will just show his strength of being Dolph Ziggler and just of him being a professional wrestler, man. Because I don't know, man.
How many times have we seen
Rusev?
How many times have we seen we've rooted for Ziggler like the last 3 years? We've always he's always come close. But
I don't know.
He's never gotten over that hump, man.
He's a fan favorite, dude.
I know. Okay. Rusev, I don't know. He's a beast. Okay.
So next is the team Bella, Bad, and the Yaya Sisterhood of Submission Sororities, which I'm gonna call the YYSHO SOS.
That's gonna look great on a shirt.
Oh man! So Jukebox, who do you got for the Divas Revolution?
I'm gonna go with YYSHOSOS.
I think that's it. Ya Sisterhood of Sorority of SOS. Sorority of Submission.
Yeah. That's my pick.
Oh, nice. Tommy, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Team Bad, man. Sasha Banks, man. The NXT Women's Champions needs to carry them to victory. I don't know why they're kind of like definitely the dark horse in all of these three. Because Bella's got the champion, PCB, Yahya Sisterhood of Traveling Submission Sorority. Got Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. Dang, that's like 3 beasts. So I think Team Bad's the underdog. So I'm gonna go with the underdog here.
I'm going with Jack on this one again, dude. The Yaya Sisterhood of Sorority of Submission, PCB, WXZ, QHW 13S, Appendix D.
No love for the champion.
No, man. No, man. That just seems... To me, it just seems like they made that team because they had to make that team.
Okay.
You know, so I just can't get behind it, dude. But NXT, man. NXT fighters, dude. I am all for that. Going into the next match here, we got Kevin Owens. Oh, man. I can't wait for this match.
Oh, man. It's tough to predict, man.
Versus Cesaro. Jukebox, what do you get?
I would love to say Cesaro, but he always gets shafted. So I'm going to go with Kevin Owens.
Oh, he's going with the knockout Kevin Owens. Tommy, who you got?
No, I agree with Jack's analysis. Yeah, Cesaro is kind of like him and Ziggler, and we always root for them, but they always come up short, man. They get the short end of the stick. So I'm going to go with Owens, man. And Owens needs a win because he lost to John Cena the last couple of pay-per-views. So I think Owens bounces back and pushes Cesaro back down.
This is a tough one to call because whoever loses gets punked real bad. Mm-hmm. And you make a good point. Owens cannot afford another loss. Only if you're going to book him as strong as you have to beat Cena and then to go against Cesaro. If he wins, that just solidifies Kevin Owens being a total badass. But if he loses, it's really not good for Owens, but it really makes Cesaro look amazing. And as much as I love Cesaro, I absolutely love Kevin Owens.
Oh, gosh.
So I got to go with Jukebox in this one once again. And with you.
Yeah, of course, clean sweep for Kevin Owens. All 3 picks. Man, that's... Wait, also, didn't we just mention a couple months ago we want to see Cesaro as a face? Now he's a face, which is kind of cool, and I think he's doing great at it.
He is. He actually is doing very, very well. I'm very, very proud of him, man. Mm-hmm. Next match we have is... every time I see this, I just see... I don't know why I keep thinking it's Stephen Colbert. But it's a Stephen Amell, and I have no idea why I think Colbert. But Stephen, not Colbert, Amell, and Neville versus Stardust and King Barrett. What an odd couple.
They call themselves the Lords of Darkness.
So I'm going to go with them.
Yes.
Bring back the stash.
Oh my god. Yes, bring back the Cody stash.
Yes, the Cody Rhodes stash. Oh, man.
Oh, man. So Jack's going for the Cody stash. Jukebox has got the Cody stash. Tommy, what do you think?
It's just because it's a celebrity, and even Neville's getting a big push. I'd love to see this weird pairing of Stardust and King Barrett somehow pull out a win. But I think they're going to give it to Neville and Stephen Amell, whoever Stephen Amell is. But Yeah, so I got the celebrity team.
All right, man. Dude, Lords of Darkness that really sold me on that team.
It was on Hulu, but it's on YouTube. You should see the promo they cut. It was so weird because like they panned to a dark room and like King Barrett was sitting on the throne and there's like smoke in the background and then Stardust like jumps in front of the camera and starts saying weird stuff.
Yes, dude. And they coined themselves.
It was like very 19. The Lords of Darkness. Yeah, it was really weird. They got like 3 minutes of like open mic time and just got really weird. It's worth watching. I might put it on our Facebook page just so people can see it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Next match we have for SummerSlam 2015 is Bray Wyatt versus Luke Harper. Or no, sorry. Primetime Players versus Los Matadores versus Lucha Dragons versus New Day. Jukebox, what do you got?
You know, a lot of these are who do you want to win and who do you think's gonna win. Mm-hmm. I like the New Day. I like Kofi Kingston, but again, I think he's had his time in the spotlight. I think it's gonna stick with the Primetime Players.
Oh, whoa. Man, I was writing down New Day too. Oh man, Tommy, what do you got?
Write down New Day for me, man. I'd like the New Day or Lucha Dragons to win.
Okay.
And, that's kind of my toss-up. So they're really good heels. They crack me up every time they're on Raw. They cut good promos. They're good in the ring. And there's like three different ones. There's Big E, Woods, and Kofi. So they kind of rotate who's who. So I'm gonna go with New Day to get the titles back.
I'm going with Primetime Players. Because why did they just get it to just lose it?
True.
You know. But that's what I'm thinking. Let's see. We're going to the next match here, which is Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. So I'm gonna put a Wyatt fam versus Reigns and Ambrose. Jack, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with Reigns and Ambrose, but I think it's gonna be a really good match.
All right. So he's going with Reigns and Ambrose. Tommy, what do you got?
Man, I love this because I love the Wyatt family. Was the trio of the Wild when they did those like couple back-to-back pay-per-views like a year and a half ago when both the factions were strong. So I'm gonna go with the Wyatt family. I don't know why it would be an upset. I think Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are probably the favorites, but I'll go with Wyatt and Harper to pull off the upset. And maybe some dissension between Reigns and Ambrose.
Ooh.
Again?
Man, that'd be crazy. That would be a good feud, dude. What if you did start feuding Reigns and Ambrose?
It'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy. It would tear everyone apart.
I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt.
Ooh.
And Luke Harper, just because I do want to see the final split of the Shield. Not the pseudo split, but a legitimate split between all three people, which could happen. Next match we got is
like
or what?
I was gonna say it could make it pretty sweet when like 2 years from now the Shield like reforms or something. That'd be crazy.
Oh man, that'd be freaking rad. Big Show. His initials are BS.
The little things in life.
Oh gosh, Jack, what do you got? Ryback versus the BS versus the Miz.
Do I have to pick one?
This could be the match where you go to the restroom and you just kind of forget that it ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really not picking it.
I don't. Ryback, I guess. Poopeye. Does anyone recall when he had? I don't know. It had to be pink eye or something, and we called him Poopeye.
We did. I've referred to him as Poopeye on the show multiple times.
All right, great.
They always zoomed in right on his like eye, right? Whenever he had that like 2-week disease, it seemed like they just really like zoomed.
I thought that was a part of his gimmick.
In on his eye.
I was like, why would he poke himself in the eye or put poop in his eye to purposely make it look like he had a bionic eyeball? But really, he didn't. He said
really living the gimmick, dude.
In his eye. Tommy, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Miz. I don't know. I mean, how many times has he been the damn Intercontinental Champion? But I don't want to see. I hate Ryback. Ever since I heard CM Punk talk all that trash about him, Big Show just needs to retire to like the announcing booth. So I'm gonna go with Miz. I don't know why. It's default to Miz.
Oh man, I'm going with Miz. Or not
You
Miz.
going
Sorry,
Miz
no. Sorry, I didn't mean to say man. I meant Ryback.
Oh, okay.
Things got crazy there for a second, man. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Here's a big one, man. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Jack, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. I want to see that statue.
Yes. Me too.
Although I do think it's going to be interrupted. I don't think anyone's going to win.
This could play into the question of the day. Tommy, what do you think?
Oh man, I've been loving the matches Cena's been putting on ever since he won the US title. He's had like matches with Stardust, Owens, Rusev. He's having so many good feuds. So I really look forward to this match with Rollins. I think you got to give it to Rollins, man. You can't, it's like one of the big pay-per-views. It wouldn't surprise me if Cena won it, but I think you got to give it to Rollins because he's the up-and-comer. He broke Cena's nose, and maybe can carry on the feud a little longer if Rollins wins. So I'll go with Rollins, probably by some kind of shenanigans.
I'm gonna go with by shenanigans. Nice. I'm gonna go with Rollins too, man. Cena had a really aggressive promo this week on Raw, and we're seeing a side of Cena that is pretty just straightforward, and he's got a lot of gusto. But I think that's just gonna add to Rollins' legitimacy when Rollins beats John Cena, a 15-time world champ. And John Cena even called it himself. He's like, I win. That's just what's going to happen because I win. And he even mentioned that about himself, but I think it'll be even better when Rollins finally just puts a nail in that freaking coffin, this whole Super Cena thing.
That'd be a great feather in the cap for Seth Rollins. So I really think he should win.
Oh man, do we even really care about Sheamus versus Randy Orton?
I think he's got to pick it for the point's sake, just in case someone's tied. But this could be the tiebreaker.
It's all right, Jack. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Orton.
He's going with Orton. Tommy, who you got?
Going with Sheamus. You're the tiebreaker.
Ah man, going with Sheamus.
I think it's like Hornswoggle.
Only because he's the Money in the Bank freaking champ or whatever, so I don't know. I just don't even care about that feud anymore.
This is definitely go back to the nacho bar and pour nachos on your plate.
And then, of course, the mega match. Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. Jack, who do you got?
Take me down to...
Yes.
Oh, man.
Suplex City, right?
Yes.
Yeah, take me down to Suplex City.
Take me down to Suplex City. Oh, man. Tommy, who you got?
Oh, man. I like this match because I really don't know it's one of those matches where I don't know. They can go either way. They can either Brock Lesnar definitely ends the career of the Undertaker right here again, or they can have Undertaker rise again and just have one more final run in him. But I think it makes more sense.
Wait, what?
Sense to Brock Lesnar to win. Oh, Skyping out.
Yep.
Lesnar. That's my one-word answer. Lesnar. I had a good explanation, but I'll say Lesnar.
You know what? I can't not be a fan and a citizen of Suplex City. So that's what it's gonna be, man. Undertaker, I love you, dude. You should have fought Sting. You should have fought Sting, but instead you're going to get decimated and you're going to get jumped in Suplex City. So that is my prediction, and that is the predictions for the 2015 SummerSlam live at whatever city, hosted by the WWE Network. Where is it anyway?
Brooklyn, New York, dude.
Brooklyn, New York, dude. Awesome. Wow, I didn't know that. But I did know that. But all I know is it's only $9.99 to only get pay-per-views worth a damn, because if not, nothing else works on the network. Oh goodness. So hey, let's jump into our question of the day here. We got technically 30 seconds, but I don't care. I'm gonna pull a Vince McMahon. This is my show.
It's our network.
This
Those
is
Rebels network.
Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. So, but let's. I know we had the question of the day first, and then we did have a mailbag segment that we wanted to do. That we were posting on our Facebook and Twitter, and so we actually had some folks send us some questions that we're going to answer here on the show, and of course we're going to have our special guest Jukebox chime in as well. But first, let's ask Jukebox the question of the day. What do you think the biggest upset or swerve at SummerSlam 2015 is going to be?
An appearance by Zack Ryder.
Yeah, oh my God,
These are the biggest swerve, right?
Yes, dude.
Whoa.
Dude, he's on NXT.
Yeah, I did see him today. Yeah, I saw him today on NXT, and I was impressed.
Whoa! I did not know that's breaking news. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, dude, he's alive and well. That's your big upset? That's all right. He's sticking with it, dude. Tommy, what do you think? What's the biggest upset, biggest swerve that could happen?
Here's a good one. I just thought, since speaking of NXT, Sami Zayn comes out and messes with Kevin Owens' match, and Cesaro beats Kevin Owens thanks to Sami Zayn interference.
Oh, dude!
Wouldn't everyone mark out so much for that?
That is so good.
Be a swerve, man.
Oh my gosh, dude! I have nothing to top that. The only
Come on,
thing,
you gotta give something.
well, I was gonna say the only thing that I think that could top that is whatchamacallit would be Sting interfering in the Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar match. I don't know what purpose that would serve beyond just Sting interfering in Undertaker's match. Maybe he kicks him in the nuts. Maybe Sting is the guy that's like, hey, you need to learn a lesson. And I'm going to teach you a lesson, Undertaker. Here's a nut kick.
2 wrongs make a right. 2 nut shots make a right.
You know, and then what you're going to get is Brock Lesnar just going, you know what? I'm tired of this. WrestleMania, I want Sting and Undertaker.
Oh, that'd be great.
I can dream, can't I?
No, these are good. These are great dreams in the mailbag. Question of the day.
So now let's jump into our mailbag here. Well, there was a question regarding Rey Mysterio. I don't have that on the outline. I don't know what that question is.
It's also from Periscope, from the Periscope pre-show. I got some questions. The question was asked, yes, will Rey Mysterio appear at SummerSlam? I don't know how that would work, but maybe.
Will Rey Mysterio be at SummerSlam? No. Next question.
Jack, we don't get mailbag questions because we're horrible at answering them.
What do you think, Jack? Do you think
when was the last time you made an appearance? There's your answer right there.
So probably not. There was another question actually posed by our one and only Hollywood T Monies.
Head of the stud stable.
That's very true. Dang right, stud stable. So, hang on, I gotta pull this picture up here if I can. Here we go. So, a question was fired at. Oh, you want to read it? You should read it. You should read it.
Me?
Okay, maybe not.
We're like a Skype delay here, dude.
So, I'm just gonna read this. It's a screenshot, basically. So the Nature Boy answering a question from a fan on who he would put in a 2015 version of the Four Horsemen. So this is what Ric Flair had said. So after attempting to put Triple H and Randy Orton in realizing the many reasons that wouldn't work, Flair came up with the following 4 names. You ready? And we'll ask if we all agree with this. I guess that's really would be the mailbag question is, do we agree with Flair's decision? 1, Dolph Ziggler. 2, The Miz. 3, Seth Rollins. And 4, Cesaro.
I only like 2 of the 4. I like Cesaro and Rollins.
Okay.
Okay.
Something sounds like there's some popcorn going on in the background. I don't know if that's Skype being freaky, but yeah, man, I would agree. Cesaro. Wait, you said Owens?
No, I said Cesaro and Rollins were the two I would keep.
Oh, Rollins. Got it. I would agree with that. Nah, I want to put Ziggler in there. I would, yeah. I'm gonna say Ziggler too. So yes, I agree with that, but not the Miz. No one likes the Miz.
Who would you replace the Miz with?
Oh man, I would replace the Miz with Ambrose.
Oh, he's too scraggly. Remember I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe.
It could be some muscle, but then again, you have Rollins and Ambrose, so that would just be like the Shield 2.0.
I'd put Rowan in there.
Rowan?
No, that's completely joking, dude. Can you imagine Rowan like in
That would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty nuts.
a suit with this big beard? That'd be the Mongo McMichael of Horsemen.
Oh man, crazy. Well, we answered our mailbag section here. And packed a jam-packed episode of the Bros Before Elbows. So thanks for listening to the show. Please check us out on Twitter at Bros Before 4 Elbows. You can also check out our Facebook page. You can also check out our podcast on CagesideSeats.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is where we put all of our shows and promos. And of course, if you have any feedback for us, please email us, tweet us, send us a comment. Let us know what you think of the show. Ask us questions. We'll put you in the mailbag segment. And, of course, special shout-out and thanks to our guest, JukeBoxWojo.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been great.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jack.
And don't forget to check out his Twitter, at JukeBoxWojo on Twitter. Elbow drop your friends, folks.
That's my line.
The Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show is an AC